Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I figured I would go through some of your questions in a somewhat poll questionnaire I asked you guys 2 months ago. What questions you have that I can answer for you in a video? And I did get quite a few questions indeed, and I'm going through a lot of them right now, and there are actually some pretty good ones. So in today's video, I'd like to go over really bad about diet, and I know it's different for everyone, but would love some tips on how to bulk up because with school and being busy with outside activities a lot, it's difficult to get all those calories and protein in every day. Keep it up, theory. So this is generally a question about bulking. And if you guys didn't know, I was a really hard gainer as a kid. So when I left high school, I was 120 pounds, about 119 to be exact. And through college, I was pretty skinny, but I eventually started to pack on the size through very easy ways of just increasing my calories. Now, because I was such a hard gainer, I did a lot of different things and a lot of things that I regret doing, such as eating junk. I thought if you eat junk, hey, you're going to grow faster, you're going to gain faster. I was desperate. I wanted to gain as much weight as I could in the fastest time possible. Never touched drugs, just ate like crap sometimes. I surrounded myself with a lot of powerlifters and strongmen, and as you know, a lot of those guys don't really eat the healthiest or the best, but they know what it takes to get big. And so, I would do stupid things like eat pizza with mayonnaise on it. I'd pour, squeeze mayonnaise on it. I'd have a full liter of milk afterwards with a bag of cookies. I'd eat ice cream. I'd substitute um, my water for Gatorade, which was horrible for insulin sensitivity. At least just like destroyed my insulin um, resistance. And I think now it's much better with the help of Stan Efferding and his overall teachings with supplementing with actual orange juice, having some orange juice with a couple meals every day. And I'm just going through the things that I don't want you guys to do so you can learn from my experiences. You don't have to eat garbage. You don't have to eat pizza and this and that. Now, the reason why those are so sought after or so like, hey, just go eat pizza or whatever, is because they're very calorie dense. And this brings me to the point of the video. You essentially want to eat calorie dense foods. It's going to be very difficult to eat things like rice and ground beef and spinach and get a massive caloric surplus. You're going to have to eat a ton of this, and that's not really feasible. So ways that you can increase that. Look, let's say, for example, you got a very lean meal, right? Rice, depending on how much rice and lean ground beef, spinach. You can up that big time by just adding olive oil to it. Fats are 9 calories per gram, whereas protein and carbs are 4 calories per gram. So you're literally doubling the calories that would be in protein or carbs just by pouring some fat on it. This could be olive oil, it could be avocado, it could be a handful of nuts, mixed nuts, whatever. But the point is, the more calories you take in, the more you're going to gain weight, considering you go over that caloric maintenance. So if you are at, let's say, a 2,500 caloric maintenance and you go 2,750, you're going to gain weight very, very slowly. Most of it is probably going to be muscle, but you're going to see a very slow and gradual graph for weight gain. And you're probably not going to get fat. You're going to get maybe just a little bit bigger, but you're going to maintain, like a lean gain, like a lean gain. Now, what I did when I was powerlifting is I got fat as hell, man. Like, so let's say 2,500 calorie maintenance, I went to like 4,000, 5,000 calories every day. And I got this through like drinking my calories, like through either weight gainer shakes or drinking, like mango juice or, cranberry juice, just whole bunch of sugar and bullshit. I didn't know, right? I thought like, oh, I'm just calories. It's calories are calories. That was the time of If It Fits Your Macros, which is the most bullshit fucking thing I could have ever picked up, and I absolutely hate it. You can use it to your advantage with certain things, but it is such a garbage thing that so many people picked up on and they didn't know what the hell they were doing, including myself, just a college kid. You think like, oh, I'll just wake up, I'll have ice cream. That's 400 calories. Well, it's the same. You have eggs and bacon that's like 400 calories or whatever. So it's like stupid, right? So the thing with bulking is you want to make sure you have your macronutrients down. Okay, so you want to make sure you have adequate amount of protein, adequate amount of carbs, adequate amount of fat. When you're bulking, protein isn't as important as when you're cutting. So if you're bulking, I would go really high on the carbohydrates. Keep the protein at like, let's say you're a 150 pound guy. Yeah, 150 grams of protein. That's fine. You're okay. Because what is going on here is you got so many calories coming from carbohydrates that you're probably going to be okay. You're not really going to be losing any protein whatsoever because your body is in a surplus. However, when you're in a deficit and you're trying to cut weight, you want to increase that protein quite a bit because the first thing your body wants to get rid of is muscle, is protein, because it just does. It's like a very taxing thing for your body to be carrying a lot of muscle. It wants to get rid of that as fast as possible. Now, if you're bulking, you can have very simple things, like I said, like pouring olive oil or adding avocado to stuff. But generally, you want to be eating as much as you can. And I get this a lot from people. They say, oh, I can't gain weight. It's like, well, you're not eating enough. The old Rich Piana thing. Eat more. Oh, no, I eat a lot. No, you fucking eat more, dude. You're not eating enough. No, you don't understand. I got a really fast metabolism and I eat this much. You're not eating enough. Eat more. What? Yeah, dude, that's all it is. You just need to eat more food. So, I mean, you can really destroy your body and become a fat mess if you go really high on the calories relative to your caloric intake that you need to maintain. 2,500 going to 5,000 like me, or you can do like a lean gain. So personally, I would go to 3,000 calories. If your baseline is 2,500 calories, go to 3,000. You know, you'll get a little bit fluffy. You won't be too bad, but you'll be strong and you'll feel good. Heck, if you want to go a little further than that, 3,250, 3,300. All right, sure, no problem. Whatever. You're going to get a little, soft, but you'll be big and strong. And then when you cut, you'll look phenomenal. So really the main thing about bulking is to make sure you hit your caloric intake for the day and just go above that. So you can do this by counting your calories. I've done it so much in my life that I don't do it anymore. I just kind of know how much I need to eat in a day and what'll make me grow. But at the end of the day, nothing will give you the best results as if you were counting your calories and measuring everything out. It's just the way it is. It's boring. It's lame. We're not bankers. But at the end of the day, it's really what does work. So let's say you wake up. Okay, you're a 150-pound guy. You want to gain weight. Bacon. Bacon is really high in fat, really high calorie. I wouldn't, worry too much about destroying your body with all the fat and all that stuff because you're young. You're okay. You'll be fine. You can always burn it off. But you have, a couple strips of bacon. You're adding a few extra 100 calories. How many calories are bacon? Okay, so in general, an average 8-gram slice of bacon will run you somewhere between 38 and 45 calories. Unsurprisingly, plain bacon will cost you a little less than seasoned, and calorie count goes up when the average weight does. Thicker bacon will have more calories because it's got more fat. So let's say 45 calories, let's say 50 calories per piece of bacon. Okay, and here 100 grams is 541 calories. So we're going to go one slice, 43. Okay, so let's just say 40. Let's say 40 calories, one slice of bacon. You have 3 slices of bacon. You have an extra 120 calories in that day. Boom, done, finished. Okay, then you're going to have 3 eggs, 4 eggs. That's what, like... one large egg is 78 calories right there. So you got 4 of those. You're going to have roughly 200 or 320 calories, just about, So I would look at it like that. Now you're looking at about a 500 calorie breakfast just from that. Then you have some orange juice, a glass of orange juice. A cup of orange juice is 111 calories. Now you're at 600 calories just for breakfast. Okay, you want to add a little extra to that? We can do that too. Take a handful of nuts. What's that going to yield us? So here we go. We break it down. If you have 14 to 15 almonds, that's it. Just 14 to 15 of them. You're looking at 100 extra calories. Or you can go for walnuts, extremely high calorie. 8 to 9 halves, 100 calories. Cashews, 10 to 11 nuts. Pistachios, 29. Salted pistachios are great, man. They're so tasty. They're good for you. They're high in potassium, and they're going to keep you feeling nice and full and good, which is probably what you don't want. And they just taste great. So look, you have, let's say you got 15 almonds and you have like 10 walnut halves. You got an extra 200 calories there. Now you're at like 800 calories for breakfast. Let's throw some toast in there with some avocado spread and just put an avocado on it. What is a full avocado? A whole medium avocado contains 240 calories, 13 grams of carbs, 3 grams of protein, 22 grams of fat. Okay, so we don't even know the macronutrients for this. It's probably going to be pretty high. High protein, high carb, high fat, and you're looking at 240 calories. Now we're at over 1,000 calories of food, of breakfast. Then let's go sourdough toast calories. Sourdough is a great toast to have. By far the healthiest toast, I think, just for your overall gut. A medium slice of, I assume, sourdough toast is 69 calories, and a large slice is 95 calories. So if you have just a medium slice, you got 69 calories there. That's 140 calories extra if you have 2 slices of sourdough toast. And that's just if you're having a medium slice. If you got a big one, it's 200 calories just about. So we're looking at now 1,200 to 1,300 calories for breakfast. You got your 4 eggs, you got your orange juice, you got your few strips of bacon. I think 2 strips of bacon we said, right? You got your avocado on your toast. You've got your nuts. It's just little things like that that you add to a meal. And then throughout the day, have another handful of nuts. I used to carry a bag of mixed nuts with me just to increase my calories during the day. It's super easy. Just like one handful. Boom. That's probably like 200 calories right there. Probably. So I would do that a couple times a day just to increase the calories. And at the end of the day, you're over already like 400 or 500 just from having these little things like some nuts or sunflower seeds or freaking, like a protein bar, one of those yummy protein bars. And then if you're feeling like you want to, you just add like a pizza at the end of the day or whatever. And that's going to up the calories like crazy. Don't do it every day because you're going to feel like crap. But at the end of the day, you're trying to gain weight, you're trying to get big. And really, it's just about eating food. You want to make sure you hit your macronutrients, you get enough protein, carbs, and fats, and you will grow. If you're training hard in the gym, you will grow. Make sure you're doing your walks a day. I would do, as Stan Efferding says, 3 10-minute walks a day or, 30 minutes of steady state cardio. You can do HIIT training, you can do whatever you want. But typically, if you're trying to gain weight, I would really abstain from doing crazy cardio. I would do, walking, walk your dog for 20, 30 minutes a day, a couple times a day, even things like that, But at the end of this whole regime, you should be pretty big and jacked and kind of, fluffy, and then you'll cut down or whatever you want to do. So, the strength gains are going to come really fast, which is going to help with growing on size because the more you lift, the bigger you get, the stronger you get most times. So, with that, just little tweaks you can do to gain weight that I found to really help. Also, drinking my calories, such as weight gainer shakes, made it a lot easier when I just couldn't chew anymore. Got to the point where I wasn't able to like feed myself. I was just so bloated and like just didn't want to eat. And it's definitely not healthy, but it is a job. It's honestly very hard work. And I went from, 120 pounds to 200 pounds in, I think, 3 years. So it's definitely doable, definitely possible. Best of luck to you. And yeah, let me know how it goes.